It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
Here's Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings up second and 9 at the 34-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. A shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
3.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
41-yard punt there with no return, and the Bears take over.
Their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Operating from the gun. Wise. They'll find Miller. That's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
6 at the 20-yard line.
From the gun, Wise, and nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
To throw on third down, Wise, and it's caught by Parker. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Wise, and throw right side complete to Parker. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down.
And the Bears first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing on first down. Wise going to let one fly for Robinson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, Wise, and firing a deep ball for Kmet. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 17 yards for the Jets there as they got themselves a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now they'll get this to Mims on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Pitts, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Come on.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Complete to Kelly. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bears will get the football back. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Wise throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
That certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Wise. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Wise. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
On 1st down, Wise. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wise. And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Bears 1st down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 1st down. Wise. And that's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wise. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
On for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Bell. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Now it's Darnold. On the right side open is Gesicki. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Yards on the pickup.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold eluding the pressure right. He's got this one completed to Mims. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, Darnold. A screen to Bell. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw on second down. Wise. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And that is incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
First and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Coming to you. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Play action. It's Darnold. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Back to throw, Darnold. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bears will get the football back. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. The receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
On 1st and 10, Wise throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And a solid run down inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
This will make it into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Bilal Nichols drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Touchdown, Chicago! 51 yards there on the return punt, and the Bears will extend their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
And it's up and good to make the score 13-3.
Score Bears 13, Jets 3. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That catch good for only a couple.
9-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. This is Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Darnold down to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
It's the score, Bears 20, Jets 3. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Darnold. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
45, 45, Mike, 45. Man out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Morgan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wise. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
Bears.
Operating from the gun. Wise. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, Wise. And he's going to go down again. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun, Wise. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
At the 25-yard
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Switch, switch, switch.
To throw is Darnold. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
complete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Push him back. Push him back. 58 for Mike. 58. 58 for Mike. Stay with your man. Young lady. 58, boy. 58. 58 for Mike. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist, twist.
Darnold. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And now it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Mike, 58, right there.
Here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Robinson.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
32-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
He was brought down by Marcus.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st down.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Let's go now. Break the 60.
And they take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary.